Our lake life in Vegas was just like freaking rocky beaches. And
that's not.
We went. Yeah, there wasn't lake life like you guys have lake life out here. Lake life out in Vegas is like water sports.
Yeah.
Jet skis, wakeboarding, like water skiing, tubing. That was lake life in the West Coast. Lake life out here is like you can hear crickets chirping and then watch the sunset from your back deck, and get bit by mosquitoes. Like that's lake life out here. So totally different than what we had in the West Coast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to kind of see what Uncle Greg and Auntie Patty have. We are sponsored by Canada Dry and Happy Dad.
If only.
If only. We're not quite there yet with the sponsorships. Gonna be working on it though. Happy Dad, come at me, bro. I'll shout you out right here. Look, Happy Dad. Seltzer for your liking. Actually, I don't even know.
That was dumb. Can you try that again?
Happy Dad makes dads happy. You should do an ad for Canada Dry right now. Do it. Go. Whoops.
Canada Dry. That was good, wasn't it?
Where wildfires start. Canada Dry. The reason we have wildfires.
And air quality alerts in Wisconsin and most of the northern U.S. But drink Canada Dry so that it quenches your thirst and you are not dry.
And keeps you wet.
That's inappropriate.
Wink. Dink.
Ding.
Happy dads hate when Canada's dry. Happy dads wish Canada wasn't dry. Is it really made in Canada? That's
I
a crazy
think so,
thing.
because look at the top of it is Canada.
I guess, yeah.
That's not the
where
US.
is the manufacturer, like the main, who owns that? Pepsi? Or is it Coca-Cola? It usually says like an incorporation.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. Interesting. We have both of those in our fridge.
Produced under the authority of Dr. Pepper 7-Up, Inc., Legacy Drive, Plano, Texas.
Okay. Didn't know that. That's cool. I love Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper was my favorite drink.
Canada Dry. Not made in Canada. Made in Texas.
It should be called
Texas
America Dry. That's funny. Alrighty. Welcome to the 75th annual Hunger Games. My name is Jay.
And I'm Molly. That was a little too much.
That was a little much.
Time.
Hey, that was for
David.
David. No, David tells me to say smash that like button and subscribe.
The Hunger Games.
Oh,
thing
he
too.
said we should keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he also did suggest about the smash the like button.
Yeah, but I don't like the noti bell. That really irritates me every time at the
end.
Hit
the noti bell. Ding. Hey guys, we're back. And this week we got a pretty good conversation.
Excuse me.
Jeez. That was actually pretty beautiful.
That was actually a good one.
In the mic next time. So people can smell
soda. It. Ew.
Yeah. How's your week been? Our week has been pretty good. I mean, I think it went pretty good. Really?
I mean,
no, I thought mine was pretty good.
Actually, it went by pretty fast.
Yeah.
But I like having shorter weeks.
Yeah. I think I don't like shorter weeks, one, because my paycheck gets cut. Yeah. But two, after a while, I start to get bored.
That's what I forgot to ask you. Did you get bored when you were off?
Yeah, that Tuesday. I wish we would have done something with my sister and Zach when they were here.
Like what?
Like, I don't know, go walk on the lake or something, or go walk downtown.
I was at work.
I know.
That's your fault.
It was on me, for sure. I hope they didn't get bored just sitting here.
I don't think they did.
They did. Like, we did take a nap. And then Conrad, we took Conrad. We played outside. we're talking and stuff. So it was nice to just like spend that quiet time with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, after a while, I started thinking, I'm like, oh, I could be making money right now. Like, that's not that money is everything, but it does give us a means to do the things we like to do and support the family.
Yeah, but you never take off.
I mean, I've taken off a lot more this year than I have. Let's be honest with that.
You never take off for like just quality time. You take off for like
busy time,
dental work, or I mean like
True.
the WDA.
Hey, but we're taking off in October. Tell the people where we're going in October.
Well, you're only taking off one day.
Yeah, but we're still taking off.
It's only one day.
Yeah, but we're going someplace.
It's only one day.
We're going someplace.
We're going to Door County.
We're going to Door County. Molly's first time to Door County.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we got a Verbo or a VRBO. I don't know how people call it nowadays, Verbo or VRBO. And we're gonna spend the weekend up there. I'm gonna show Molly the sites because I'm like pro with Door County.
Pro with Door County. Pro with Milwaukee.
Do you want to do? Oh, do you want to do like something pretty fun in? I want to put it. Peninsula State Park. There's something pretty cool we can do there. I'll plan it out. Anyways.
Is it something naughty? I feel like you look like it's something naughty.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You just got really excited in that
point for nothing.
Oh my god.
Just kidding. No, so we're going up to Door County in the fall. Kind of hopefully we get up there with the fall colors. It's hard to really predict sometimes.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. Some years it's like a good time, like end of September
on
the weather.
Yeah. You just can't predict that.
So we're going to do that.
The weatherman can't even predict the weather. How are we supposed to?
I know. The weather's been so freaking random this past week.
Because of
Canada.
It is dry.
The air quality has been so freaking bad here.
Yeah.
Like,
it's either humid or the air quality is bad.
And you can't even be outside. You can't even enjoy being outside because it's just miserable. But yeah, so we're doing that in October. What happened this week? Was that week on Monday? We just saw our baby on Monday. That was just Monday.
Yeah.
That feels like forever ago. We had our 20-week ultrasound, and we got to see our little guy.
We get to see our little guy until he comes out.
Unless you get COVID.
I hope I don't do that again.
Yeah, I know. But we got to see Conrad twice.
We did. Yeah, but that's when we got our 3D ultrasound. And this time the lady did a 3D ultrasound. Well, because
the freaking lady was just like,
she was so nice. I don't think
we can do 3D. Last year.
Oh, I know. This one was so nice.
Yeah, she was so nice. We didn't even ask,
and she's like, let me get a 3D ultrasound for you.
Yeah, and then what did she say? She's like, I'm going to switch over to this other one. It's lower quality, but because he's moving so much, it'd be better.
Yeah.
And then we got 3D images of our little guy. I guess we didn't really share yet what his name is. We just told family and friends. But yeah, our little guy, we got to see him again. It was actually kind of cool.
It was cool.
He looks so much different than Conrad did.
Yeah, but similar all at the same time.
Yeah,
It's hard to compare it in 3D because Conrad was like a lot older.
Yeah, what was he like? Third trimester?
Yeah.
So 26, 27, 28 weeks? Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So he was a lot more formed than this baby.
I think. Like he was starting to get a little like fat and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. This baby's still just skin and bones.
Yeah. He was moving quite a bit though, but he did move his hand away from his face. Conrad, his hands were all up in his face. Every single ultrasound we got, his hands were up by his face. And even to this day, I think he still just keeps his hands by his face.
Yes.
But this little guy, like, wide open.
He's active, though. He's more active than Conrad.
You think so?
Yes.
You can feel him a lot more? Mm-hmm. In what way, though? Just like...
Well, he was more active on the ultrasound. Conrad moved, but, like, he actually, like, stayed still so she could get the image, like, the measurements, like, pretty easy.
Yeah.
This one, was, like, just kept moving.
But she was pretty quick. Remember, she was quick. Oh, this is going to take me about 30 minutes. Yeah, I was like, last time was like an hour. I was like, what the hell?
Well, and I think I had to move around with the last one because Conrad wasn't moving.
Yeah, so you were on your side. I think you were on your side for a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah. That was actually kind of crazy. And then I was like, can we confirm that it's a boy? And she's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do that. Because she was just doing all the other measurements first. And then
And she got right up in between his
right
legs.
between his legs. And she's like, oh, it's right there. Confirmed. It's a boy. So like,
His looks different than Conrad's.
yeah, Conrad's don't look like the Loch Ness Monster like this. Remember? And then this one actually looks like you can actually kind of see like this like bulb, like an onion bulb.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, look, that's the head right there.
I wonder if it's like, that's a good question. Does it look like an uncircumcised? Like, not to get like too graphic for people, but it definitely look uncircumcised right now.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like almost uncircumcised right now? I wonder. I don't know.
I think it has to.
You know, it's not, but it is. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, because the penis itself is the clitoris in a woman's body, and then like the clitoris. We just had this conversation a couple of weeks ago about talking about sex, and you can't even hear the word clitoris without cracking up. This is hilarious.
like a 12-year-old boy.
I know. You're just like learning about puberty right now.
No,
The clitoris.
Just, think it's funny how we're talking about that's the
Anyways, the clitoris is the male penis.
we know.
But then also like this extra, like the foreskin on a penis is the clitoral hood, like that extra skin around your clitoris.
Yeah.
So I think because the body has already determined that it's going to be a boy, I think it starts to elongate that. And so it may not be uncircumcised looking for like right now because it's so thin, but as it continues to grow, that it's going to cover it up.
Interesting.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But we got to see our little guy.
Yeah. He was cute.
He was really cute.
He looks like me so far.
He does. He has your nose.
Mm-hmm. No, he has your nose.
Has my nose?
Yeah, he has Conrad's and yours nose, like that little button nose.
Button nose.
But
He's
like
got your forehead.
If you
and
compare
your jaw.
it to my birth
Baby
picture, looks so. I'm like, oh, that's me.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how he keeps developing.
It was interesting though. Whoa, that photo frame. Sorry, pause. That photo. Look at that photo frame. It's just like resting on the wall. What the heck? That's crazy. Conrad though, when he was first born, kind of looked like you.
Yeah,
His
a little
eyes.
bit.
And then he just started morphing into a little mini me.
Yep.
So I'm wondering if
But
like
I feel
Griffin,
like everyone thought
everyone
he
thought
still thought he looked like you, even from the beginning.
Really? No.
Yes.
I think some people thought Conrad looked like you.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. We'll see.
I mean, I think it was a good mix. I think he's still like a decent mix. You can tell he's you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He definitely has your chin.
Yeah.
Little like sharp chin. I don't have a chin.
He has my shaped head, right?
He has your shaped head.
Yeah.
Yeah, like wide up top and kind of narrow towards the chin jawline area. He's got my eyes and a nose and the freaking eyebrows. This kid's got the bushiest freaking eyebrows.
Yes.
And I was like, yep, you're right. And then Molly was like, oh yeah, he's got a little bit of a unibrow. We're going to have to fix it.
The other day, he looked so...
Just joining right in the middle.
Yes.
But I think he's got a lot of my personality, which is the prima donna.
Oh my God, he is so
attention whore.
When people tell me like, oh, you're having another boy, like, oh, boys are so easy, you don't have all the emotion. And I was like, you don't know my kid.
Yeah.
Like, he was already so emotional, it's not even funny.
I'm surprised that he doesn't just like rock on and cry to like emo music that we play. Like, just in his feels. I think he's going to get to that point, though.
I think so, too.
You know what he was doing today that was actually kind of funny? Actually, I didn't tell you. While we're inside of the playpen, you know how you're telling, like, he, like, hides behind the corner?
Yeah.
And then comes up and he's just, like waiting for you?
Yeah.
There was one moment I was watching Bluey. Like, it was I don't know what episode it was, but I was just watching Bluey. And then I could hear him go, ah. And then I didn't look.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh. And I was like, oh, hey, buddy. And he was like, ah. Like, he was just like waiting for me to like, I was like, I don't know that. Obviously, you know, because he started doing it with you.
Yeah.
But then I was like, dude, like, chill out, man. I was just freaking watching Blue. And then you're just like, it's like, and I was
so
like, get my attention, Dad. Frick. And I was like, dude, chill out.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's a character.
Yeah.
I definitely see a lot of like me in him, but I also do see like he's a mama's boy. I think lately he's just been like really clingy to you.
Yeah.
Which, whatever.
I'm okay with it.
I was a mama's
I
boy,
like
so
my baby.
yeah. Then you're gonna have 2 boys hanging off of you.
Yeah.
So we need to try for a girl.
I know.
Get my little baby girl.
Yes.
We'll see.
We'll see. It's your fault. I have nothing to do
I
with
know.
that.
Dude, my soldiers are just like the men. The women need to step up. Hey, step up. Next time. Next time, better be a girl. Girl sperm. Keep working it. This episode's sponsored by Happy Dad.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so we got to see our baby. We're going to the CrossFit Games. Look, Noble. This is actually a pretty nice material.
I know, you didn't think you were gonna like that.
I didn't think I'd like it, but I do. Yeah, we're going to the Noble CrossFit Games next weekend. 2nd year in a row for Molly. I think like 3rd year in a row for me.
In a row? No.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
I did.
Go that
Remember you were
year.
working that one
I forgot
Saturday.
you went without. No, that makes me so sad.
Well, we're going again together. This time with Conrad being like a year old. Remember when we went? He was only like 2 weeks old or something. Everybody's like, how old is he? He's like 2 weeks old. And it's like, and you're up and walking?
Yes.
Like, what are you doing
Here? And I was like, I don't know. I'm okay.
We came to watch the CrossFit Games.
I know, right?
Stupid.
I was like, should
Dumbo.
I not be here?
Yeah, I know, right? That was fun.
Was fun.
I think like going just almost gives me like motivation to like just stay fit, because these guys and gals are just doing the most outrageous workouts for like 4 or 5 days, and just like some of them just show no signs of being like weary or tired.
Yes.
It'll be kind of sad to not see like your favorites like Tia Claire Toomey, Brooke Wells, Haley Adams, Mal O'Brien. And then on the guy side, not that we didn't really like him, but I mean Ricky Garrard, just strong guy.
Don't care.
Justin's gonna be there. Justin Medeiros, Pat Vellner. I'm rooting for underdogs this year. Not the favorites. Laura Horvath is actually favored to win.
Wow.
Yeah, she's number 1 in the rankings right now.
Wow.
So she's favored to win. And then any one of the past CrossFit Games women's winners, so Katrin David's daughter and Annie Thor's daughter. And then you got the up-and-comers like Danielle Brandon, and there was one more other girl.
That new one that just came from the teens.
The teens. Olivia
Yes.
Kerstetter.
Yes.
Yeah. So
and I think you got to watch, I think it's Sydney Wells.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Wells. Brooke Wells' sister. Yeah.
Yep. I think you got to watch her too.
For sure. So yeah, it'll be kind of cool to kind of see.
I think the girls' side will be more interesting than the guys.
Yeah.
I think the guys are already kind of no.
Roman Krenikov.
I hope he does even better this year.
Who?
Roman Krenikov.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would love to see him win.
Over Justin?
I would like to see him make Justin run for his money, basically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Justin kind of runs away with it after the 3rd day.
Yep.
Going into 4th day, it's almost like he just needs to compete and not disqualify or totally blow up. Yeah. Even if he finishes 12th or less, he's still in points ahead.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
I really want to see my guy Jason Hopper. Sorry, I thought it was Justin Hopper. Jason Hopper, who is Matt Fraser's trainee right now. HWPO. He was ranked 7th last year.
Who's the one that just got disqualified? Did you see that?
Something Smith from Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was the guy you were saying for a second.
No, he got performance enhancing drugs. Why do people do that shit, man? Come on.
He's fighting it, and I'm just
yeah,
own
he's
it.
appealing it. Why? Why do you need to it's not even a fair field if you're taking supplements like that and thinking you're gonna get away with it. No. Come on.
But how does that come up as a false positive?
It can't. I don't know.
Right.
No,
I'm sure there's probably a way, but
well, even some athletes, and not in just CrossFit, but just in regular. Oh, I didn't know it was in my system.
Right.
I was taking this drug because I had back pain or whatever. Blah, blah, blah. No,
I'm sorry.
You're stupid.
Well, and when you're a professional athlete,
you need to know what's going on.
You need to know
body.
that. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes. So like there's no excuse. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We have been, I've been doing hard work pays off for HWPO, which is Matt Frazier. I know this conversation is probably boring for most of you, but for some of you who actually like CrossFit, like this is actually a pretty engaging conversation. But anyways, I do HWPO.
If you didn't think it was engaging, you should think it's engaging.
Yeah.
Is basically what
Because
you're
you know
saying.
what? We're like, we're taking good care of ourselves because we do a lot of freaking awesome workouts.
Yeah, we do.
But anyways, HWPO, and I also do Ryan Fisher's chalk performance training. Kind of mix it up with both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And Molly, we kind of talked about this previously on another podcast. She's part of the Mint Project, so go look her up on Instagram and follow her journey. Mint Project, you can kind of butt in.
They work with mothers, so people who are either pregnant or postpartum, or just moms who want to be strong, and maybe have to like modify things or. I haven't done their Mom Strong or looked into their Mom Strong program too much. That's a newer part of their like regimen, but they're really pushing that right now. So just moms who want to be strong. I'm not sure how much it's different or if it's, just CrossFit lifts and things and just scaling up, because you're not pregnant anymore postpartum.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they specialize in workouts for pregnancy and postpartum, which I just really like because just kind of gives me some guidance. So I know I do like on the off days a lot of what you're doing.
Yeah.
But now I just feel a little bit more confident doing it and knowing to like lower the weight and scale and stuff and not feel as guilty doing that, because I feel like last year I kind of felt like I wasn't doing enough because I had to scale and things.
Yeah.
So just like things to watch out for. Like, so like my workout today was like bench press, gorilla lift thingies, rows, sorry. And then like push-ups and inverted rows.
Yeah.
I could tell with the bench press, I was having a little like more abdominal pressure. So I knew I was lifting a little too heavy. So like I had to scale back, but I don't think I would have known that before doing this program and listening to some of their podcasts and stuff. So
yeah.
It's just kind of nice to have that guidance and still be able to do stuff you're doing, but also have like their workouts in between. Cause they actually only do workouts 3 days a week plus 2 days of like pliability, and 3 days a week of lifting for me, I feel like is not enough.
Yeah.
Cause we're used to like 5.
I'm so used to like doing
at least 5 to 6. Yep.
Yeah. I still track my macros, surprisingly.
When?
Like the last couple weeks I have.
Consistently?
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah. Well, babe, like I think I've been under calories for like the last 2 weeks. That's why I've dropped like quite a bit of weight. And when I say quite a bit of weight, it's only been like 5 pounds, but
that's quite a bit of weight for a couple weeks.
I was kind of like teeter-tottering underneath 170, which I haven't for like a while. I think at least 6 months, I think.
Yeah.
So my goal was to get down to at least 165-ish, maybe even less. But I did something stupid today. Well, I consider it stupid, but I got an email from the Madison Marathon because I did their Madison 10K like a few years back, pre-COVID. I did their Twilight 10K along the lakefront in Madison. And then now because I'm in their system, they send me all these emails. And so I got an email like, hey, register before July 31st for special pricing for Madison Marathon in November or something like that. And I was like, oh, you know what? Like, I should sign up for like their half marathon. And this year it's starting at the Capitol Square.
Oh, that's cool.
And ending at Capitol Square, which is kind of cool. So then I was like, you know what? Why drive out to Madison? Let me look up the Milwaukee Lakefront Marathon because I know that's a big race because it's a qualifier for the Boston Marathon. So I was like, I looked that up and I was like, okay, I hope they have like a 10K or like a half marathon. So then I looked it up and I was like, oh, they have a half marathon and I think they only have a 5K. So I was like, I'm not going to just do a 5K. Like I can do a 5K any day. Like comfortably, I can do a 5K. It's like, let me just like think outside the box and push myself and give me a goal to work towards because I don't really have a goal. And ever since I stopped doing Spartans, I don't really have a goal. Like, I guess my PRs are my goals, but I don't really have like a major thing I'm like always striving for. And so, side story, a patient of mine told me that he was volunteering at the Noble CrossFit Games, and some people can volunteer for that whole week. They get like free swag, like free entrance every single day. They get meals paid for and all this stuff. And they're the people who like judge the athletes or push out the weights and the equipment onto the field and clear them up and like do all this stuff, change name flags and everything. So he was like, yeah, I'm going to the CrossFit Games. I'm volunteering. Are you coming? Are you going? And I was like, yeah, I think my family and I were going to go on Saturday. He's like, look for me. It's like, I'm volunteering. So I was like, yeah, sure. And then he was telling me about his fitness journey and how he said the reason why he like got fit was because he couldn't keep up with his kids when they would play outside. And so and this was like in his late 30s and he's probably in his like 60s now. And so he not only changed his lifestyle for himself, but he changed it primarily probably for his kids, so he could see his kids grow up and he could keep up with them if they wanted to play in the yard or their sports or whatever. So now I was like, in the back of my mind, I think I always had that mindset. Like, yeah, I want to be healthy for me, but I also want to be healthy for our kids and want to see them and play with them and be able to, play basketball or football or whatever, as they get older and even beyond. Like, hopefully when they have kids, I can play with my grandkids and be healthy that way. So it like kind of put in perspective. I was like, you know what? Like, I really need to just like really buckle down. I'm going to the doctor in August, like get my physical done and all this stuff.
In like 2 weeks.
Is it
I can't wait to talk to everybody about that.
Crazy. You better not finger my booty hole.
Oh my God. I actually requested that.
So that was a side story. So now it's like, okay, now I want to set a goal for like doing something, because I haven't had a goal for a couple years now. And yeah, sign up for the Milwaukee Lakefront half marathon. I'm not doing a full half marathon, 13.1 miles. Paid for it, registered, and I need to start getting on it. So I messaged a friend of mine whose wife is a running coach for Strides Running. I need to like really properly like shout her out. But anyways, she had a plan for me to run like a half marathon, and she gave me a plan. It's a 3-month plan, but now we're only down to 2 months to the race. So I'm like pushing myself. Today I did my first like real run training. Did like a 10-minute warm-up run and then 6 sprints at like RPE 10 for a 1/10 of a mile and then a minute rest 6 times. I was freaking dying. Molly took a video of me and looked like I was just jogging.
It kind of looked like I did it in slow motion.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that when I was doing it.
I don't think it was in slow motion.
It wasn't.
Yeah, but it looked like I was running in slow motion. But on the treadmill, I was running like a 6-minute mile.
Yeah.
And it just looked like natural, I guess. But I was dying. I was like, I cannot sustain a 6-minute mile. Like, that's insane.
That is
absolutely
insane.
Well, I mean, some of the marathoners can do that.
Well, they train for that.
That's true. And they're a lot less, like, bulky than me.
Yes.
They're like skin and bones, basically.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, in October 1st, if you're in the area, Milwaukee, come cheer me on the lakefront while I run like this. Hand me water on the sidelines. Throw me a bar or something. Happy Dad. Throw me Happy Dad.
Oh my God. Maybe that's not the best option.
No, Canada Dry.
Yes. Help you keep it dry.
So yeah, that's what's going down in October. And then actually kind of funny because I put that in the calendar and then that following weekend we're going up to Door County. So I'm like, I hope I can walk. Like, because like some marathoners, like they usually take a couple days to like walk, and I'll be fine. It won't be that bad. But
if I have to nurse you back to health on our vacation, I'm gonna be pissed.
That's funny. No, a wheelchair, then we can get access to anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So that's what's going on in October. I'm running a half marathon. First road half.
First real half marathon.
Real half marathon. She doesn't consider my Spartans.
No, because you were doing
obstacles.
I
was still ran 13 miles
or plus. Didn't.
Yeah, no, it was 13 plus miles. for some of these courses. I swear on you. I will show you my run. The course itself is like 14 plus miles ish with obstacles. So I still had to run 13 something miles. It just was broken up by obstacles.
Yeah, it's still not true. Because you were pausing, but you were pausing, like to do other things.
Absolutely, but that's no different. It's going to
be so different.
It will be because it's continuous.
That's what I'm just
So you're just saying it's a continuous 13 miles instead of 13 miles, like broken up 13 miles. Right. Yeah. But I still did 13 miles plus. You can't, that's no different than somebody running and then walking, and then jogging and then walking. It's no different. It's still 13 miles.
What you did before was an obstacle race, not a half marathon.
I know, but it was
That's
basically.
That's what I'm just saying, though.
I know,
so
but
it
was basically
call it a
13.
half mile, half marathon. I mean,
okay, I can't call it a 13.1 mile run, but it was still a half. You can still call it a half marathon obstacle race. You can call it that.
Fine.
Half marathon obstacle race. It was still 13 miles. You know what? One of these days, I'm just going to drop you off in the middle of nowhere, 13 miles from here, and say, hey, come home.
No!
Because it's still going to be 13.
I've done a 10K, which is 7 miles.
It's still 6.
7.
6.
7.
10K is 6 miles.
Same difference.
6.2 miles, I believe it is.
Same difference.
Not 7. 6.2 by 6. By 6. No, you didn't. You did 10K? When did you do 10K?
My senior year of college.
Oh. Maybe we already knew that.
You did know that.
No, renew that.
Renew that?
Yeah, renew that 10K. But anyways, yeah, that's what we're doing in October. What else we got going in October?
Halloween.
What's our Halloween outfits this year?
We didn't do Halloween.
I hate Halloween. Halloween is probably the worst. One of the worst holidays, I think. Actually, no. President's Day.
Oh my God.
Because we don't get it off. Yeah. Why does everybody else get President's Day off and Dennis don't?
I don't either.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Why is it a federal holiday?
You kidding?
Freaking celebrate dead presidents? That sounded so anti-American.
That was so bad.
Whatever. Yeah. What else have we got planned? Oh, we're going to the lake tomorrow.
Yes.
Molly's aunt and uncle's condo.
Yep.
Up in Lake Winneconne. Winneconne.
Winneconne, you win a cone.
You get a cone, you get a cone. We all win a cone. So yeah, I guess what we're gonna do is, since we just later talked about 34 minutes about random shit. Let's talk about lake life. Let's talk about lake life. Because Molly and her grandparents had an awesome cabin up on.
You didn't think it was awesome.
I thought it was awesome you guys had a lake cabin. I didn't think it was awesome you guys got rid of it.
Jay's too bougie to think that our lake cabin was cool.
Yeah, only because the way you guys described it sounded a little rustic.
Lake cabins are rustic, babe.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Lake cabins are rustic. Cabins are cabins called cabins.
Okay,
for
lake
a reason,
house then.
not homes.
Okay, let's get a house. Let's get a lake house.
Okay, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, you can smell it right now. Like what a lake cabin.
I know what a lake cabin smells like.
Like
it smells like wood and just like pine.
That's nostalgic.
And just like I went hiking or I went camping during summer school or summer fun, I guess we called it, in Hawaii, and we had to sleep in a cabin. And it reminded me
different.
It reminded me of Parent Trap. When they were sleeping in cabins and like bugs and shit all over. There was
this is different.
webs.
It was still a house.
Yeah.
But like
that smell though.
And this had real windows, like glass windows and screens, not just screens.
Oh, we had windows.
Okay.
Yeah. But the windows were very like, you know how like old windows have that like little like dusty film on them? Yeah, I can still smell that place. The floor was wood, and like literally like underneath of the floor was dirt. Like there was no insulation or nothing. I remember that. And then the front door, it was one of those like, you know, the split doors, or like you can just open the top. It was that.
Wow.
And then somebody freaking thought it'd be funny to unlatch the top of the door in the middle of the night, and then we woke up and there's mosquitoes and bugs flying all over the cabin.
Ew.
It was gross. And we slept on these stupid ass freaking beds that were like rickety, and we slept on a mattress that was probably, I don't know how thick that mattress was, but we had sleeping bags that we had to bring with us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's like the worst experience ever as a
Oh
freaking
my
10-year-old.
God.
It was bad. And then
Funny.
we had to shower underneath a hose, like that they attached to like I don't know, like a little holder. And you just like stood under freaking cold water. And I think we were there for like a week. No, maybe it's like, a week. It's probably like 4 days or something.
Probably like the
Like
week,
Thursday
long
to
weekend.
Sunday. Yeah. But it was terrible. It was a terrible experience. Maybe that's why I don't like freaking
Clearly, you have some
like
angst against
nature.
Yes.
We were talking about this last week though. Was it a couple of weeks ago? Maybe last week. We'll never go tent camping.
Yes.
It was with Kathy and Zach.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about like different kinds of camping. Or was it with Kathy and Zach, or was it with our neighbors?
I think we kind of had the conversation with
With
both,
both?
actually.
Yeah. I'll never go tent camping. That
Yeah.
shit's freaking nasty.
I have no desire.
Yeah.
It's not like, it's kind of fun. It's like different and whatever, but like, I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I just have no desire to.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about Grandma and Grandpa's cabin. What lake was it on?
Little St. Germain Lake on South Bay,
Which is where?
northern Wisconsin,
Near Minocqua, for some of you guys who don't know.
or Eagle River.
Eagle River.
Closer
I
to
just
Eagle
had a
River.
patient tell me they were headed to their cabin in Eagle River. That's crazy.
Yeah. We used to
Um,
go up there twice a summer for a whole week.
Their cabin was actually pretty sweet because they had was it a boat slip or was it just a deck? Could you bring a boat in there?
There's,
Yeah.
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 So we'd go up there twice a summer for a whole week, and it was always the week of my birthday. So we
Just
never
tradition.
And we always had to go. We always went like, I think like a Friday to a Friday or something, or like a Saturday to a Saturday, because you had to be there on Monday for the flea market.
You guys go fishing?
Mm-hmm. We'd go fishing, and I'd go swimming in the lake a lot before the seaweed got really bad. So they like tried to like, my mom knows better, but I think they tried to like populate the lake more with fish, and then that caused a seaweed problem. And so we used to have like a sandy bottom, and the seaweed just kept like creeping in.
So you just have to rake it?
We tried to, but it was just like too much.
So what'd you guys do?
Stop swimming because the seaweed was all the way up to the pier.
That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
That's gross.
It was gross.
It's a pretty cool like property. I think there's like a lot of like history still because they kept a part of the cabin, but then they just added to it, right? Is that what I remember seeing on Airbnb?
I think so. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
the
thought
whole
it was pretty
inside is
freaking cool.
completely different. So I'm not really sure what they did.
Yeah.
I think they kept the structure, but kind of totally did it something different
they
with
kept
it.
the bones. I was
Mhm.
like randomly looking at lake houses, and I was like, like that's a nice lake house. Oh, $750,000. That's a great price tag for a freaking lake house. But it is nice to have. I mean, especially when you're here in Wisconsin, like it's all about lake life out here for most people, if you have the money. But
If you have a lake house.
yeah, or the access to a lake house.
Mm-hmm.
Molly's Aunt Karen, they have a lake house way up in like Michigan, and she
the
said it's like
border.
a 9-hour drive. And I was like, why would you drive 9 hours?
Is it really?
That's what she said. Maybe it's 9 hours total there and back, but she said 9 hours.
I think it's 9 hours there and back.
So 4.5 hours.
I think so.
I don't know. She said it was far. And she's like, yeah, we're going to go up there and we're going to mow the lawn and then we're going to come
This
back.
weekend?
Yeah, today.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think today or tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, if I were to buy a lake house, it has to be within like 2 hours, maybe even less. Just because you want to be able to get there. Like, let's say you left on like a Friday after work, you can still get there and still enjoy the evening.
2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours.
I think anything less is a little too close to the city still,
You think so?
personally.
I think 2 hours. I mean, 2 hours would put us
where we're going tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ish.
But I mean, look at like where Pewaukee Lake. That's not too bad. Or even like Delafield.
It depends. It has to feel like an up north feel. Otherwise, I don't feel like it would be worth it. I wouldn't want it.
I think you'd change if you just saw a lake sunset. You'd be like, oh yeah, that's nice.
You have to feel like you're in the Northwoods.
Oh my gosh. Well, you're not going to feel like you're in the Northwoods unless you're in the Northwoods.
No.
You can
still feel like somewhat secluded.
There's tons of lakes in this state.
I know there is.
Like, I don't think you would feel like you're at a lake house if you went to Emily and Danny's grandma's place. Because that's Lake Winnebago. And that does not feel like the North. That feels like a lake. Because it's huge. I like that lake. Because where they're at, they don't get as much of the traffic. And so it's actually pretty calm. So that's why Emily can sail her small little boat, which I thought was kind of cool.
That is cool.
But yeah, I think any kind of body of water to me is just fine. Because then it's just like convenience. I'm all about convenience.
Yeah, you are.
Like how close we are to like certain things. Not like stuck in the middle of nowhere.
You wouldn't like up north.
I probably wouldn't, to be honest with you. When Jennifer talks about going up north to go like buy land, she's like, oh yeah, there's like no neighbors for like 10 miles. I was like, yeah, no.
That's not us. We had neighbors
I freaking
right
hate
there.
that shit. Yeah. Well, I mean, up towards where you guys are at, there's a lot of people who have lake houses up there. I mean, pretty big cities too up there.
Yeah, we were in one of the smaller ones, but
Yeah.
like the bigger city is 30 minutes.
Yeah, so not too bad. Our lake life in Vegas was just like freaking rocky beaches. And
yeah, no, that's not.
We
lake
went.
life.
Yeah, there wasn't lake life like you guys have lake life out here. Lake life out in Vegas is like water sports.
Yeah.
Jet skis, wakeboarding, like water skiing, tubing. That was lake life in the West Coast. Lake life out here is like you can hear crickets chirping and then watch the sunset from your back deck, you know, and get bit by mosquitoes. Like that's lake life out here. So totally different than what we had in the West Coast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to kind of see what Uncle Greg and Auntie Patty have. Well, we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Okay. And then we'll revisit this topic next week when we talk about our experience at the lake house.
Okay.
Or the lake condo, actually. It's not really a house, but it's a condo. So, yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully I don't get bit by freaking mosquitoes all tomorrow. Definitely wearing my DEET. Because I ain't getting bit. I got bit bad.
Yeah, you did.
Over Conrad's birthday. So, alrighty. What else you got? Nothing?
I don't think so.
Well, yeah, so we're going to report back after we experience. Actually, no, we're going to be at the CrossFit Games after next episode. So 2 weeks we'll report on the CrossFit Games, but next week we'll report on the lake house.
Yes.
Kind of see how that goes. We might be able to see some planes because EAA is going on right now, which is, I don't know what it stands for, but it's an air show.
Some
that's
sort of
pretty
plane
big.
thing.
Yeah. Daniel
will
plane
be so
thing.
mad at us.
So yeah. I hope you enjoyed our episode. It's kind of random. We talked about a lot of stuff, including CrossFit and running half marathons and lake houses. So smash that like button and hope that you get these noti bells. Ding! For the next episode, Saturdays at 8 a.m. All right, guys, this is the Unscripted Conversations podcast. My name is Jay.
And I'm Molly.
All right, have a good night. Peace out. Bye.